Hello, this is Yvette from Honey Deep, Honey Wide with 7 Minutes to Insight, where I pull one fortune from all the fortunes that I've written since the winter solstice, and I reflect more on the inspirations that surrounded the writing of that fortune. So I tried to start this video before, and what I found was that I needed to start all over again. And it's perfect, actually, because the fortune I pulled comes from February 25th of this year, and it says, "When discomfort arises, embrace it like a beloved friend. Your love will transform it into a treasure." Okay. I'll read that again. When discomfort arises, embrace it like a beloved friend. Your love will transform it into a treasure. I thought this was really interesting because when I pulled it, I noticed discomfort arising immediately. I actually read it and I was like, oh, I said the word discomfort in a strange way. And then my neighbor and guests were walking out and I was like, oh no, I gotta start all over. And there was a lot of discomfort surrounding the lack of perfection. And you know, even with the light is, it's very hot outside, so I have the blinds. They're partially open, they're partially closed, and so we have this strange shadow dappled effect, which I actually think is kind of beautiful. But there was like the whole conversation with myself, like, how important is this? Did I open it all the way? And you know, there's all of this discomfort that arises when we seek to try to do anything. And that's natural and it's beautiful, especially I think if you are doing something that you really care about. It's natural that you will want to do it perfectly. Although I'm sure there's some people who don't stress out too much about that, but it's natural if it arises for you. And so to take that and embrace it and to not give up, don't give up, still keep showing up, still keep doing the video. Um, Continue. Take a deep breath. Feel your body. Reconnect with everything that you want for this moment, which is actually, in my case, to make connection. And so the truth of the matter is when discomfort arises, embrace it like a beloved friend. It's okay. It's okay for things to be not perfect. It's okay to have a strong feeling when you're in the middle of a social situation and maybe you're mortified, it's okay. You can breathe. You're a grown up now. You can change the situation. You can walk yourself out the door. You can do whatever is needed in the moment because you're adequate to meet your experience. That's a wonderful thing that I learned from the Peace in the Schools training that I did a couple of years ago. You are adequate to meet your experience. So just embrace that discomfort. It makes you human. It makes you lovable. It makes you worth knowing. And your love will transform it into a treasure. So I don't actually remember what was happening the day I wrote it. And that's okay. It still feels like a nugget of wisdom. And I'm really grateful that it's here with me now. This is something that I have to revisit over and over again, especially for me because I have a desire to do things right and when I mean right, I mean at the highest level. I have a sense of how magical things could be, and when I try to manifest that in the everyday world, I can see, especially starting off, like, wow, this is very far from how I imagined it. And then there can be a lot of pressure that comes in, a lot of judgments. And I see enough of other people and hear enough from other people to realize I'm not alone in that. And so I can tell you, you're not alone in that. And if you can embrace that, you will discover the beloved friend in yourself in this moment, and people will be able to recognize it in you and recognize themselves in you, and perhaps be a little bit braver about trying things and seeing them through, even when discomfort arises. Thank you very much for joining me for this week's edition of 7 Minutes to Insight.